So welcome everybody to Monday night Vinyasa Flow. My name is Naomi, for those of you who are new to the class. And I have a social media channel, NKM Flows. Also, if you don't want any photos taken, just let me know or post it, and I won't share those across any social media channels. So tonight I'll guide you through a 1-hour Vinyasa Flow class. We'll start with a breathing technique and then do some spinal warm-ups, some standing poses, come down on the mat for some seated poses, and we'll finish with a Shavasana, a few minutes of relaxation. I'm filming myself for the class, so you aren't being filmed, and this is just for my further teacher training program. So to begin, let's just come into a nice comfortable seated position on the mat, and we'll just have our legs folded in our peasant pose. You can bring your left hand to your knee and your thumb and your middle finger together. Let's sit up nice and straight, drop our shoulders down, creating that space between our ears and our shoulders. And now we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing just to relax our body, focus our mind on our breath. So bringing your middle finger and index finger to your forehead, let's gently close our eyes, bringing your lips together. Cover your right nostril with your thumb. Take a nice inhale through your left nostril, pausing at the top. Cover with your finger and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover, pause, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Pause, cover, out through the right. You can continue this breathing in and out, taking equal breaths in and equal breaths out. Feeling your stomach rise and fall. Calming your mind. Bringing awareness to your breath, which is one of the elements of yoga. Creating some stillness. Feeling your lungs expand and then decrease. Throughout the practice, you can try breathing in and out through your nose. Try to take those equal breaths in and equal breaths out. Here, you might like to also set your intention for the class tonight. Why did you come? Is it for stretching, strengthening, relaxation, coming with a friend? Do a few more breaths, and then when you're ready, you can bring your hand down onto your knee. Gently opening up your eyes. We'll come in and do some of our spinal warm-up. So let's just bring our arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other, lengthening your arms, bringing your elbows to your ears. Bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, looking over your back shoulder, doing a nice spinal twist here. Arms up to the ceiling, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you, looking over your back shoulder. Releasing, arms up towards the ceiling and your fingertips coming forward. Now use your fingertips to pull yourself forward on your mat, just trying to bring your chest down towards the mat. You're getting a nice stretch underneath your leg. your hands to walk yourself back. Let's bring our hands to our side, bend our knees, and then just come down onto your back. So bringing your hands to your sides, palms facing down, let the mat support your head, your shoulders. We're going to kick our heels up to the ceiling, lengthening our legs. So straightening our legs, flexing our feet, letting the mat fully support your lower back. Taking a nice inhale through the nose and exhale in our reclined plank position. And now we're going to bring our left leg straight down onto the mat and hug our right knee towards our chest. And just roll so your left leg is straight down, resting on the mat. And just roll your ankle, your right ankle around to the right. And around to the left. Now we're going to bring our right foot down onto the mat. Tuck our toe underneath our left straight leg. Arms out to the side in a T position, palms facing down. And we're just going to roll over to the left and look over to the right in a nice abdominal twist here. Keeping our shoulders on the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And out. On the outward breath, you might be able to bring your knee further down to the floor. Now we're going to just take that bent knee, that right bent knee, and we're going to lengthen our legs straight and rest the foot on the ground so you're forming like a scissor-like position. So you're just getting a further twist here. And now bending that top knee, placing the toe back behind the knee, roll back to center, hug both knees to chest, and just do a nice little gentle walk from side to side, massaging your lower back. And now here we're going to hug our left knee, bring our right leg straight down all the way down onto the mat, hug your left knee to your chest, roll your left ankle around to the right. And then around to the left. Placing that left foot down onto the mat, bring your toe behind your right straight leg, bring your arms out to a T, palms facing down, roll over to the right and look over to the left while keeping your shoulders on the ground. And now we're going to lengthen that top bent knee, lengthen the leg straight, and rest the foot on the ground or wherever it reaches, forming a scissor-like position. And then bend that top knee, place the toe behind the knee, the right knee, roll back to your center again. Hug your knees to your chest, do a nice little rock from side to side. And now bring our hands to our knees. And let's do 3 rocks to seated. 1, 2, 3. If you girls are cold, I can turn the aircon off. Are you cold? You're okay? You okay? If anybody else is cold, I can turn it off. Let's just sweep our feet around to the right and come onto our hands and knees. So we're just going to bring our wrists directly under our shoulders. We're gonna spread our fingers nicely spread apart on a 45 out to the edge of our mat and bring your knees hip width apart. If you have any wrist issues, you can come onto your knuckles, or you can fold your mat for further support underneath your wrists. We're just gonna come into our spinal warm up. So we'll do our cat-cow. So we're gonna tilt our pelvis, round our back, tuck our chin, exhale into your cat, and then inhale, arch your back, looking forward into your cow. So tilt, round, exhale. Inhale, arch your back, looking forward. So just going at your own pace, whatever feels good for you. Flexion and extension of our spine. Do about 3 of these, and then when you're on your last one, you can just meet back at center, which is our neutral spine, so our back is flat. And lateral rotation of our spine, so let's just do our tail wagging dog. So bringing your right ankle out to the right, looking over your shoulder, bring your ankle all the way around so you're getting a nice curve in your waist. And then back behind you, we'll do that 3 times to each side, over to the left, see how far you can get it around, and back behind you. So just warming up our spine from side to side. And then we'll be back in center again, neutral spine, and our thread the needle. So spinal rotation. So we're just bringing the weight into our left hand. We're gonna bring our right hand to our chest. Right hand up to the ceiling, looking at those fingers, creating one straight line with our arms. And we're gonna dive it under our left arm, resting your head and shoulder on the mat. We're gonna go inhale, weight into your left hand, coming up. Looking at your fingers, diving it through, exhale. Do that one more time. Inhale and exhale, diving it through. Staying down here on the ground, we're going to bring our palms on top of each other, so both arms are straight, palms on top of each other. Bring the left hand up to the ceiling, and then wrap your left hand around your back. Rest your fingers on your back or tuck them into your inner thigh. And just pull your shoulders back and your shoulder blades together, opening up your shoulders. Taking a nice inhale through the nose and exhale. This is a good warm up and shoulder opener for people that work at a desk. Another deep breath. And here we're just going to unwind, come up to your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, spread those fingers, tuck our toes, and here we're just going to do a slight knee hover off of the mat, so your fingers are going out towards the outside of your mat. Tuck your toes, and we're just going to hover our knees a couple centimeters off the mat, looking back at your toes. Stretching our toes, which have probably been in shoes most of the week. Also doing some core strength here, holding for 3, 2, 1, bringing your knees down, tapping out your toes. Let's just bring our fingers back towards us, onto the back sides of our hands. Do a slight coming back into sitting back, and you're just gonna stretch out those wrists. And then just unfold your hands, fingers out to the side. Spinal rotation on this left side, so left hand to chest, left hand to ceiling, creating one straight line with your arms, looking at those fingers, diving in under your right arm, head and shoulder on the mat. Hips are up towards the ceiling. Inhale, weight to right hand, coming up, looking at the fingers, exhale, coming all the way down. more times. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Stay down here on the mat. Let's bring both arms straight, palms on top of each other. Right hand to the ceiling and wrap it around your back. Rest your fingers on your back or tuck them into your inner thigh if they reach, and pull your shoulders back and your shoulder blades together. Taking 3 nice deep breaths here. Here, we're just going to unwind, bringing our hands under our shoulders, coming up to our hands and knees, coming into a balancing tabletop. So we're going to raise our right foot off of the mat, bring that heel all the way up, gaze forward, and then raise your left hand. So opposite hand, looking straight forward at your fingers, creating one straight line with your body. Holding for 3 counts. And then we're going to bring elbow to knee 3 times. 1, extend, 2, extend, 3. Wrap your hand around to the left, catch your back foot, kick your toes into your hand, gaze forward and bring that heel up in your tiger's pose. And holding here. Releasing your foot, bringing your knee down. Let's just spread our knees together, bring our toes together, sit back onto your heels, bring your hands forward, rest your forehead into the mat, bring your hand, use your fingertips to lengthen your spine, trying to create length in your spine and bringing your chest down towards your mat. In your child's pose position, throughout the class you can always come into this position to rest. And just bringing those hands under your shoulders, spread those fingers, come up to your hands and knees. Reposition your knees under your hips so your knees are hip width apart. And here we're just going to raise our left foot off of the mat and our right hand, opposite foot, opposite hand, trying to create a straight line. So your leg is straight as you can. Gazing forward at your fingers so your spine is nice and straight. And then elbow to knee 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Wrap your hand around to the right, catch your foot, push your foot into your hand, and then gaze forward. And holding here, tiger pose, holding for 3, 2, 1. Well done, release. Bring your knees together, toes together. Let's sit back into our heels. Rest your forehead in the mat, and then bring your hands behind you, palms facing up. And let's just roll out our wrists to the right, and then around to the left in our rabbit's pose. Hands to shoulder width under our shoulders. Spread those fingers, come up to your hands and knees. Just bring your knees apart to hip width. And here we're just gonna get ready for our downward facing dog. And then we'll do some vinyasas. So we're gonna tuck our toes, push back into downward facing dog. So we're lengthening our arms and our legs. So we've got straight arms, straight legs. Your chin is tucked to your chest so you don't have any neck problem. Your head is hanging. And here, just pedal out your heels. Try to bring those heels down to the mat. So you're getting a nice stretch in your calf. We're going to bring the weight to our left foot. And then bring our right foot up to the sky in our three-legged dog. So looking back at your left foot, your chin is tucked, and we're just going to hold it here for a moment. Three-legged dog. And bring that foot back down. Pedal out your heels, see if you can get those heels to touch your mat. Weight to your right foot, and left foot up to the ceiling in your three-legged dog. Still looking back at your right foot. And bringing that left foot down. Equal weight your hands and your toes and the balls of your feet. And now use your hands to walk yourself back. Keeping that forward fold. I want you to grab your elbows. Keep your chin tucked to chest and just come into a nice forward fold. Let your head hang heavy in here. Just do a nice rock from side to side. Legs are straight. Here, let go of your elbows, let your arms flop and dangle, and just let them flop from side to side like a rag doll. Bringing your hands to your shins. Let's take a slight bend in our knees, and we'll slowly roll up to standing. Here, grab a drink of water if you need a drink of water. And we'll just come up towards the top of our mat. So now we'll get ready to do some vinyasas. So you can either have your feet together or you can have your feet hip width apart, whatever you feel comfortable. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Just to find our balance first, we're just going to come into our mountain pose, our Tadasana. So let's just bring our arms to our sides. Drop your shoulders down, creating that space between your earlobes and your shoulders. Close your eyes for a moment and feel that weight in your toes and your heels. Equal weight on both sides. Your legs are nice and strong, supporting your whole body. Take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale. Gently opening your eyes. Here we're going to come through to our half standing vinyasa. So we're going to sit back into our chair, sweep your arms through, hands together to heart center, down into your forward fold. So exhale, nose to knees, straight legs. Inhale to your halfway lift. So straight arms, straight legs, flat back, gaze forward. Sit back into your chair, sweep your arms through, hands together to heart center to Tadasana. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, powerful pose. Exhale, forward fold. Straight legs, nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through to Tadasana, mountain pose. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through to Tadasana. Hands-free Vinyasa. Inhale, powerful pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale, hands on mat, stepping back into your plank. You can come down into a supported plank if you wish, and you can drop down to your knees if you want to. And now let's come down to our chaturanga, so keeping our elbows to our waist, coming down, chest first, release the toes, coming up to your sphinx on your forearms. Up dog with bent elbows, or your cobra. Tuck your toes and push back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here, lengthening your arms, lengthening your legs, hips are up to the ceiling. Take a hop, skip, or jump to the top of the mat. Sit back into your chair, sweep your arms through, hands to heart center, to that again. Inhale, powerful pose. Hands to heart center. Exhale to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Both hands on mat, stepping back to your plank or your supported plank. Elbows to waist, coming down to your chaturanga. Release your toes. Gaze forward in your sphinx, cobra, or up dog. Tuck your toes. Push back. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Keeping your chin tucked to your chest. Having a little rest. Taking a hop, skip, or jump to the top of your mat. Sit back into your chair, sweep your arms through. Hands to heart center, to Tadasana. Nice. Inhale, powerful pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Both hands on mat. Let's step our right foot back. Pivot that back heel so your heel's on the mat. Nice lunge in your left knee so your knee is over your ankle. And we're gonna sweep our arms through, coming up to our warrior one. So our hips are facing forward, our arms are straight, fingers towards the ceiling. Both hands to either side of the front foot, stepping your back foot forward, step your left foot back, pivot that back heel, knee over front heel, and sweep through to your warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping forward, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through, coming up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale, hands on mat, stepping that right foot back, pivoting that back heel. Sweep through, warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping forward. Step the left foot back, heel on the mat, sweeping through, warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping forward, sitting back into the chair, sweeping your arms through, hands to heart center, to Tadasana. My ponytail's getting caught up in my earring. Sun salutation B. Here we go. Inhale, powerful pose. Hands to heart center, down to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Both hands on mat, stepping back to your plank, or come down to your supported plank. Elbows tucked to waist, coming down to your chaturanga. Release toes, gazing forward. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Bringing the weight into your left foot, we're going to raise our right foot slightly off the mat. Step it through to the top of the mat between your hands. Pivot that back heel. Lunge in that front knee, knee over ankle. Sweep through, warrior one. Gazing at your fingertips. Arms are straight. Now we're going to bring our arms out straight, palms facing down, looking over your front fingers to your warrior two. So like bending that front knee, back leg is straight, looking over your front fingers, warrior two. Bring that front palm facing up, and we're going to reverse it back to our reverse warrior. Let that back hand slide down the back of your leg. Your shoulders are back in line with your hips. Sweep back to your warrior two, looking over those front fingers. Front elbow to front knee, palm facing up, left hand up and over, palm facing down. Working that front leg. Here we're going to bring both hands to either side of our front foot, rotate our hips forward, bring that back heel off of the mat, weight into your hands, and we're going to come back into our plank. Drop the hips down, come back into your supported plank if you need to, coming down into our chaturanga, release our toes, gaze forward, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Great breath here, bring your chin tucked to your chest, hips are up towards the ceiling. Weight to the right foot, raise the left foot off of the mat and step it through to the top of the mat between your hands. Pivot that back heel. Lunge in that front knee, sweep through, warrior one. Gazing at your fingertips. Extend your arms out straight to your warrior two, looking over those front fingertips, front knee is lunge, back leg is straight, hips are in line with your shoulders. Bring the palm facing up on the front hand. Reverse it back to reverse warrior. Hand sliding down the leg. Spiral back to your warrior two. Palms facing. Oh, are you alright? Yeah. You caught yourself. Palms facing down. Front elbow to front knee. Palm facing up. Right hand up and over. Resting your arm, your inner arm on your cheek. You can take a nice lunge in that front knee. Taking 3 breaths here. Nice. Let's rotate our hips forward, hands to either side of that front foot. Weight to the hands, step forward. Sit back into your chair. Sweep your arms through. Hands to heart center. To Tadasana. Everybody okay? Good. Shake it out a little bit. Drop my head off. We'll do a couple of little standing poses and then a balancing pose, and then we'll come back down onto the floor. So if you're at the top of your mat, let's just take a big step back with our right foot. And we're going to lengthen both of our legs straight. And we're going to bring our hips to the long edge of the mat. Arms out to the side, palms facing down. Shoulders are back and dropped down. Here we're just going to hinge at our front hip. Into our triangle Trikonasana. So we're just going to hinge. Your arms are straight. You can bring those fingertips to the inside of your front foot, all the way down to the mat if they reach, or wherever they reach. Looking up at your right fingers. Our triangle on this side. And here we're going to hinge back up to our triangle pose. Bending that front knee. Place your front elbow on your front knee. Arm up and over into your side angle pose. Now we're going to bring that front hand, that right hand, all the way down in front of next to our front foot. Bring your hip forward. Left hand to your chest. And then left hand to the ceiling in your rotated side angle pose. Holding for 3. So that front knee is bent. 2. 1. Left hand to the other side of your front foot. Drop that back knee down, release the toes, and then extend your front leg straight, bringing your toes towards you and sitting back into that heel. And then bringing the foot flat onto the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of the front foot. Bring that front foot out to a 45 so your toes are facing outward. And come down onto your forearms into your runner's lunge. Bring your hands back, extend your arms straight, looking up at the ceiling in your extended runner's lunge. So you're getting a nice stretch here into that right thigh. Weight into your hands, bring that front knee back into your hands and knees. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, fingers spread, tuck your toes, push back into downward facing dog. Breaths here. Here, take a little walk up to the top of your mat. Sit back into your chair. Sweep your arms through. Hands to heart center. To Tadasana. Take a big step back with your left foot. Both legs are straight. Let's turn our hips to the long edge of the mat. Arms out to the side, palms facing down, shoulders back, shoulders dropped. And here we'll do our triangle trikonasana on this side. So hinging at our front hip, looking at our left fingertips. You can bring that hand inside your front foot, come all the way down as far as you can go, keeping your shoulders back, getting a nice curve in your waist. You can just do the other side, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Both legs are straight in this one. Sim, you just straighten both legs.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Like this?
Yeah. And we're just going to hinge back up to center. Bend that front knee. Bring your right elbow on that front knee, palm facing up. Left hand up and over in your side angle pose. And now bringing that left hand inside of your front foot, or your right hand, depending on which side you're on. Right hand to chest, and then right hand to ceiling in your rotated side angle. Bringing that hand down to the outside of your foot. Drop your back knee down, release your toes, and then extend that front leg straight, bringing your toes off of the mat, sitting back into your back heel. Bringing your chest down towards your knee. And then bringing the front foot flat down onto the mat, both hands inside of that front foot out to a 45. And then come down onto your forearms into your runner's lunge. Walk your hands back slightly. Extend those arms, look up at the ceiling in your extended runner's lunge. Weight into your hands, let's bring that front knee back. So you're back in your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, spread those fingers out to towards the outside of your mat. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Into your chair, sweep your arms through, hands to heart center, to Tadasana. We'll do a couple balancing poses now. Shake it out again. Grab a drink if you want to drink. Balancing poses. So again, let's just bring our feet to hip width. Bring your hands to your side, come into your mountain pose. Drop those shoulders. Again, close your eyes. Feel that equal weight in both of your feet, the soles of your feet, your heels, your toes. Equal weight everywhere. In front of you. We're going to bring the weight to our left foot. We're going to come up on the toes of our right. And now that left leg is your tree trunk, and we're going to bring our right knee up, keeping your gaze and arms out to cactus arms. Keeping your gaze in front of you, finding your stillness. Just come back in. This is our praying restore position. And from here we'll transition into our tree pose. So you have the option to either bring your toes down onto the mat, or you can bring your foot to your bottom calf, or you can bring your foot to your inner thigh, keeping that gaze, keeping that focus. Bringing your hands to heart center, and then raise those fingertips up to the sky, bringing your elbows to the ears, lengthening your spine in your tree pose. Bowing to our right knee, placing our foot down and shaking out our left leg. We'll do the same on the other side. So we have both legs as strong as each other. So coming into your Tadasana, mountain pose, let's bring the weight into our right leg. Find your focus in front of you, and then come up the toes of your left foot. Ready? Let's bring our left knee up and our arms out to cactus arms. One side might be easier than the other. You're welcome to hold on to a wall if you need to. Some days you have balance and other days you don't, which is normal. And here we're just going to transition into our tree pose. So bringing your foot to wherever you'd like it to rest. Hands to heart center. Raising the fingertips towards the sky. Elbows to ears. For further challenge, if you want, try closing your eyes for a moment. down, checking out your right. Here we're just going to come, bring our feet to the width of the mat, toes facing out, hands to heart center, and let's just squat down into our garland pose, bringing our elbows inside of our knees, heels onto mat, elbows opening up our legs, opening up our hips. If you have trouble bringing your heels down, you can rotate from one side to the other. And here, using your hand for support, coming down onto your mat. Lengthen our legs straight. Remove any flesh underneath you. Sit up nice and straight. Let's bring our hands up towards the ceiling. Nice straight arms and come forward in your forward fold. Find your toes if they reach. Grab your ankles or rest your hands on the mat. And here you can just bring your chin to your chest. That right foot inside your left leg, tucking it in, arms up to the ceiling, and we're coming head to knee on our left side, resting your head to your knee or wherever it reaches. Should be able to come a little bit further. Use your foot for support. Let's bring that leg out to a 45, tuck your foot into your inner thigh, rest your left hand on your straight leg or your leg that's out. Bring your right hand up to the ceiling. We're going to come head to shoulder on the side, so aiming to bring those fingers up and over, keeping your shoulders back. Seeing if you can touch your toes, you can lengthen your other arm out onto your leg, looking underneath your top arm in our head to shoulder. Outward breath, you should be able to go a bit deeper into the pose. And just unwinding. Coming up, let's bring that leg straight in front of you. Bend your right knee and bring that foot to the outside of your other leg. And here we're just going to take that straight leg, bend it back, and then bend the other one forward into a crisscross. You can come forward to bring your feet back, and you're just trying to bring your heels to create a line across from each other, if possible. Here we're gonna bring our arms up. Right arm in front of left arm. Wrap it around, palms together, raise those elbows up, and then just bend forward in your cow face pose. Unwinding your legs. Here we're going to lengthen our right leg straight, bend that left knee. Foot into your thigh, both hands up. Head to knee on your right side, using your foot. You can line your foot. shoulders back, aiming to touch toe. Extend that bottom arm straight. Looking underneath your left arm. Straight forward again, and straight leg, bend the left knee, foot to the inside of the foot, over the leg, and then to the outside of that straight leg. And here we're going to bend that straight leg back towards you, come forward, and then bring that front leg back. Both arms up to the ceiling. This time, left arm in front of right, wrap it around, palms together. Raise the elbows up and then come forward. Unwinding. We can bring our soles of our feet together. Find your toes and just pull them in towards you. Use your elbows to open up your knees, lengthen your spine straight. And here, just use your hands to pull your chest forward in our lotus pose. Balancing lotus. So bring your arms underneath your legs, middle finger and thumb together. Coming into your balancing lotus, gently close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out. Getting ready to wind down for our few moments, minutes of Shavasana relaxation. And releasing, bringing your heels down onto the mat. Just come forward. I'm going to turn off the air conditioner. Lay down onto the mat. Extend your arms up overhead. Extend your legs. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do 3 falling out breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll take another in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now we'll bring our hands to our sides. You can have palms facing up. And let your feet fall out to the sides. And your eyes are gently closed. Your lips are gently touching. Your head is being supported by the mat. Your jaw is relaxed. Tongue fall into the back of your throat. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are relaxed. bending both knees and rolling over to one side, taking a moment there. When ready, using one hand for support and coming up to seated position, and we'll close the class together. And bringing our hands to heart center, bowing down. Thank you all for coming along and practicing with me today. From the light in me to the light in each of you. Namaste. Sorry I scared you. You jumped.